Hey, we're Josh and Mandy. I know it's been a couple weeks since we put out a video, but there has been so much going on around here. I can't wait to show you. And here is our latest addition to the farm. This is our male mascovy duck.
What's that?
Oh, we went and got a kiddie pool for the ducks to swim around in. I wish we had taken a video of his first bath in there. He spent a good 10 minutes splashing around in there, just having the greatest time. Well, you can see we put a bathtub drain in the bottom of this little pool. So when the water gets, dirty, as it will, we can just go down to the end of the drain line, turn that ball valve, and for now we'll just drain the water down the hill. But we're getting ready to put in a slow water filter, so we can take this water and we'll run it through a sand charcoal filter to be able to use to refill the pond.
What are you doing?
Right now I'm trying to get some of these loofah gourds trained back up onto their trellis. They've gotten so tall. They're at least 8 feet tall right now, and this whole thing should be covered in absolutely no time. It's unbelievable how fast this plant grows. Really remarkable that these plants come with their own little strings to tie them to the trellis with. Bush tomatoes came with little vines that you could use to tie them up as they went. I don't know if you've grown loofah gourds before, but we haven't ever grown them before. So if you have any tips or anything, be sure and let us know. We could always use the help. little ones down here, we won't even bother training them up. We'll just let 1, maybe 2 fruits sit on each runner, and then we'll just cut it off and dead end it just like the pumpkins. Alright, so we're hoping these do really good this year. And in our first garden video, I thought this was a zucchini plant, but now we know for sure that it's a pumpkin. See, we got a nice little pumpkin here. And here's some more little pumpkins. This one, I think it's gonna go. And under here, there's, looks like at least 3, 4 more you can see down there. Where the pumpkin starts to grow, I cut the vine off. So it doesn't get any longer from that point, it just dead ends that vine into a pumpkin. And here's the kale. It did really good this year. You can see it's starting to go to seed. So we're going to start really harvesting a lot of these leaves until these plants are gone in the next week or 2. And we'll feed a lot of it to the rabbits, and we'll eat the good ones that are left. Well, here's the onions we planted a couple months ago. You can see they've grown quite a bit. They're looking pretty good. We're getting ready to start harvesting a few of these. Well, you can see the sugar snap peas have grown. They're about 3 feet taller than they were last time you saw them, and they are absolutely covered with these delicious sugar snap peas. Alright, looks like our green beans are finally shaping up. These are some Blue Lake bush beans. And they weren't looking too good for a while, but they really came around. We've never grown these before until this year. So, yeah, but these plants are doing really good. I don't know if they need it or not, but we put these tomato cages around them just to kind of define their space and give them a little support. And they are just full of little green beans under here. This one, I think this one's ready to go. This will be the first one we picked off this plant. Or off any of these plants. Look at that. Oh, you got a good view? And this here is one of our tomatillo plants. You can see they have the little, what will become the husk of the tomatillo right now. And they will fill in, and the husks will keep growing. Oh, this one's pretty big. This one's about as big as a quarter inside. Let's see, that's all the give it has. There's about 1 million of them on here right now. I bet that one's good too. That one's not as big as it looks yet. Oh, this one down here, firm as can be. It's all the way to the outside. It sure is a little guy, but this one needs some more time. This plant's doing really good. And here's another plant that just came up, volunteer from last year. We think it's a zucchini plant. This is the first fruit we've seen on it. So maybe it'll make some really nice zucchinis for us. I think this one's about ready. These are some vernissage tomatoes that we got with our seed order from Baker Creek this year. They look like tiny little watermelons. They're green and light green stripes. There's just loads of these little clusters all up and down this thing. And you can see the nasturtium. We got these trailing nasturtiums this year. And along with covering the ground back here, climb up through the tomatoes. They just look really nice, and we love having all the flowers in here. I planted this barrage plant, so I know for a fact that it is only one seed that sprouted a few months ago, and now it has turned into this. This thing is probably, it's all of 3 feet across, and it comes up to my chest here. It's covered with these beautiful purple and blue edible flowers. You can just pull this flower off, you can just eat the whole thing. We were looking online, and a lot of the things we read, we categorize borage as an herb. We never thought of it as an herb. We always just thought of it as a nice beneficial flower to have in the garden. We're looking forward to finding more uses for this plant. The bees, they love it though. Look how big these radishes are getting already. We only planted these maybe 3 weeks ago. We love radishes.
Check out the wildflower patch.
This is a coral bean. It makes beautiful little red seeds, but they're poisonous. This plant is absolutely beautiful. The hummingbirds really love it. These deep flowers like this. And these just grow wild in our yard. This one was right here. And it grows back from the ground every year, so even if you were to mow it over in the fall, it would just come back beautiful every spring. We'd really like to get some of these growing. We collected a lot of seeds last year, but we didn't sprout any of them. We didn't try to. But yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And here is one of our little, what we believe to be a pomegranate tree. It's doing better than the average, but they're all doing really good. Can't believe just one stick stuck it in the ground, and in just a few years we could be eating from this tree. And here's one of the little figs. Of course it's doing good. Don't people say figs are one of the easiest trees to propagate? But anyway, we have 2 figs growing out here. This is one of them. It's doing really good. It's still really small, but they grow really fast. This one is one of the ones we thought wasn't gonna make it, but you can see even it is putting out little leaves. Well, thanks so much for stopping by and having a little peek around. You can see we got a couple 330-gallon IBC totes here. We're going to be using these for a couple projects we've got going on this week. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and we can't wait until we see you next time. Stay safe.